Welcome, Huguenot family. I've got an important announcement to share in our life together, and I thought, well, why not just go on camera to do it? We've been in virtual worship since we have gone socially distant in the spring, and the session met recently, and I wanted to announce that we're going to return to limited in-person worship here in the sanctuary at Huguenot. That will begin on Sunday, November 15th. We'll be socially distanced here in person for worship in the sanctuary. Masks will be worn during that time. Well, what will the experience be like, you may wonder? It's going to be very different than the past from our old worship pre-pandemic. It's going to be much less interactive, but it will be an opportunity for you to come and be in the sanctuary for worship. These are very challenging times, as we've all talked, and as I've talked with each of you going through this time. And we're finding, and this experience will be no different, that no one's complete expectations will be met, but this will be an opportunity for you to return in a limited way and experience worship in this beautiful sanctuary, your church home. The things that will not be here during that time as we worship within person. Unfortunately, there will be no choirs and no singing. There'll be no unison readings. We're going to record the sermons for everyone's protection, so there'll be no live sermons. The liturgists, we will be masked, Anna Grace and ourselves, to protect those who are here. The pew cushions have already been removed, and there'll be no greeting line or fellowship time after worship. Now, we will have monitors in place here to show those who are present the pre-recorded parts of the service that would normally just be a cutaway in our live stream. For instance, the sermon or any special music that had been previously recorded. There's going to be a required check-in when you get here to affirm your health and that you've not been exposed to anyone who's been diagnosed with the virus. Well, how will we do this? Will we be taking reservations? And it seems rather strange for your pastor to say that yes, we will be taking reservations for our worship, sadly. Due to the challenges that face us to remain vigilant and to be able to protect people and protect and keep the community safe, we are going to accept reservations. So attendance will be by reservation only. That'll allow for contact tracing and also for worship planning for how many ushers and other folks to support us will need. Reservations will be made by emailing Tia Parrish at the church office. That's at info@huguenotchurch.org. There's going to be at the very beginning a maximum of 30 members allowed in the sanctuary for worship. And the reservation window for an upcoming Sunday will run from the previous Sunday at 11 a.m. until Wednesday close of business, or until we get the 30 reservations. And then we'll assess how things are going as we begin with this modest start and begin allowing more folks to be here. So, you probably wonder, what precautions will your church be taking? And I'm excited to share with you, we've made lots of plans. The church safety plan is in place and adopted. We'll have weekly disinfecting of the sanctuary and the bathrooms before each service. There's hand sanitizing stations that are available throughout the campus. We're going to rope off the first 10 pews just to protect you and for protecting staff. And we will stagger you in seating and socially distance individuals and family groups throughout the rest of the pews. We'll enter and exit the campus socially distanced. And I have to say that all of this is contingent on our greater community health and safety, hoping and praying that the pandemic does not rise up again in our community. So what are some important things to know? We are following state COVID-19 guidelines that restrict religious institutions to 33% of their total occupancy. And these same guidelines require us to do many things to keep folks safe when they're here. Those are all the precautions that I've mentioned to you. The session wants to do everything in their power to create a safe environment, one that protects our vulnerable and compromised members and our staff as well. And so I would ask you to prayerfully consider if this experience is right for you, and we leave that up to the freedom of each individual to decide. And as always, friends, there'll be live stream and recorded worship on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate your interest and your care in your church and your desire to participate in worship. This information will be sent out in an email for you. And if you have further questions, please call me on my cell phone that's published or email me, and I would be glad to address your questions. Take care and God bless.